buzzing, full of cheer, and talk with the hosts, they're always near. Building antennas, talking DX dreams, living that life on the ham radio scene. Soldered rigs to the
Alright, I'll see it now on YouTube.
Solar flares or a vintage tube, come as you are, everyone's tight. We're family here on a Tuesday night. It's the best ham radio show online. Am I? Amateur radio roundtable every time. Glenn KW5GP, tech so bright. Brett WY7BG, signals just right. And Mark P's there in the chat room too.
Alright. Man, look here, we're 2 minutes early. Alright, chat room, you should be seeing it in YouTube now. And we're also on X.
On the roundtable, we all align.
Here now. But Brett's freezing, and so
it's the best ham radio show online.
Let's see.
I didn't understand you, Glenn. It's a lot of missing a lot of syllables. Okay, well, we got about 1 minute. We'll see how this goes. We'll make it work.
it's not gonna go.
What ain't gonna go?
Way too bad.
Here it go. Here it go.
I've got a delay on my video feed.
There's gonna be some delay, that's for sure. I was looking today, and there's anywhere from probably 10 to 20 second delay.
This is worse than AOL on dial.
Tom W5KUB's in control. Ham pushing the stream with that broadcast soul from shack to screen. Near or far, he's
We're gonna have to put a text thing in front of you so you can type it to us.
radio roundtable and live and loud rocking every label. We're on at 8 Central every night with signals clear and spirits bright. With Tom, Glenn KW5GP and Brett WY7BG. And a shout out to Mark P. You know he brings the heat. Join the crew and tag along at W5K.
All right, Brett, are you working, Brett?
Seems to be. My video's a little jerky, but not too bad. It varies a lot.
Right. All right, hang on. Let's see. It is really bad. It is really bad. Brett, okay. Well, Brett looks good here to me. Now he may have.
Glenn's have.
No? I don't know. Well, maybe it's the weather. We're gonna have to blame this on the weather. All right, it's 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock. Let's get the show started, and we'll try to go through our agenda tonight. So let's everybody stand by. And we'll
Just watching my own inset.
yeah. Well, you're fairly smooth here.
Right now I am.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
now and then I freeze.
Yeah.
Not all the time though.
Yep. Okay. Here we go.
It's the best ham radio show online. Amateur radio roundtable every time. Tom W5KUB keeps the stream alive. With hams worldwide, we're feeling the vibe. With Glenn KW5GP breaking it down. Building gear and wearing that crown. And Brett WY7BG shouting clear. Coming in. missing code to satellites. We learn, we laugh, we share the nights. So grab your rig, grab your crew, it's always something cool and new. No matter.
All right, hello to everybody out there. This is Amateur Radio Roundtable, a show about ham radio and shortwave electronics. We're so glad you're with us tonight, especially if you're out there listening on shortwave, WBCQ out of Monticello, Maine. Yeah, Maine, yeah. I get Maine and Massachusetts confused sometimes. I don't know why, guys. And they're not even that close. Anyway, hey, if you're out there and you're listening on WBCQ, send us an email to Tom at w5kub.com. We'd love to hear from you. Tell us where you are and how you're hearing the station. And you can join us live to our live video show and chat room on Tuesday nights just by going to w5kub.com. You'll see the video there, and you'll also see our IRC chat room, which we're going to talk a little bit more about that a little later. Let's see, what else is going on here? If you can, I don't know where you are. We're streaming tonight on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X.com. So we're streaming on 4 different platforms tonight. If you have a subscribe button, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out a whole lot there. Also, we're on just about every audio podcast carrier out there. You can get our audio anytime, day or night, just by searching any of the podcast carriers out there like iHeartRadio or Google Play or any of those for Amateur Radio Roundtable. Join our Facebook group. Our Facebook group is about ham radio. It kind of follows the show, but it's a really good Facebook group. We've got about 15,000 people in the group now, and we'd love to have you. Just do a search in Facebook for W5KUB, and that'll take you right to it there. So, man, I got a long list of things tonight to talk about. I'm really ticked off about one of them, but I'll get over it. I'll talk a little about that here in a few minutes. Let's jump around the room here real quick, and let's see what the gang has been doing out there. So, Glenn, you're at the top of the list, man. How you doing, Glenn? How you doing, Glenn?
Well, I'm freezing constantly. I think you'll be able to hear me.
Oh, I thought you meant you were cold freezing. I was going to say, well, you know, it's not been that cold. Okay, so you're freezing. Okay, anything else to add to that? Whoa, we're freezing tonight. That's for sure. Okay. Well, okay, Glenn, just stand by. Maybe things will clear up. Maybe the moon is in the way of the satellite, and we're just not. Maybe the moon is kind of in the way of the satellite. It'll move out in a minute. We'll have a better connection here in just a few minutes. I know the dish is aligned properly. Let's go down.
Mix.
That's what?
A CP issue with vMix. You don't.
It ain't a problem. It ain't a problem with vMix, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you in a few minutes. Brett, come on in here, Brett. How you doing, Brett?
Okay, argue with the network engineer here. Okay.
Yeah, right. Okay, come on in here, Brett.
Yeah. Well, good evening, everyone. From Laramie, Wyoming. It's right about freezing right now. It's usually a lot colder this time of year, so this is actually balmy weather for 7,200 feet of altitude in February.
Keep talking.
Worry.
There you go. All right. You're gonna have to give the other half of your update here in a minute.
Okay.
All right.
And I got it.
Yeah. Let me tell you guys what's going on here. Let me tell you what's going on. You know, I said I was a little ticked off. Well, Brett and I did hours and hours and hours of testing yesterday using some encoders and the internet, and tried to troubleshoot it. And I usually don't talk much about money. You know, the vMix is a pretty expensive program. It's about $1,200, and we decided to go with the $50 a month subscription. That way I get free updates, all the time. And, hey, if I kicked a bucket, in 3-4 months, it wouldn't cost me but a couple $100. Now, so, that's quite expensive. But because we're having this freezing problem, with vMix, everybody comes into me, and I combine all of it, and I send it out to the various social media platforms. So you think that takes a lot of bandwidth? Well, it does. My streams are set for about 2 megabits, and I've got a gig down, and I've got about 70 megs up. All right, but anyway, here's the next step, which kind of ticks me off. You guys have heard about Restream. Restream is this great thing everybody talks about. You buy the software, and what it does is it puts everybody into the cloud. In other words, everybody, Glenn and Brett and guests, they don't connect back to me and use my bandwidth. They connect directly to Restream, and I just connect to Restream, and we're all happy, right? And that eliminates the bandwidth problems. Well, I paid Sunday night. I paid $450 for Restream to try it out. All right, so Brett and I tested it yesterday. Was Monday. Now, here's what we found out with Restream. It stuttered, it jerked, people froze, and that's not my bandwidth, and that was not my vMix. They were doing that going to Restream. And Restream is supposed to have a great reputation. Now, let me talk about their reputation. It says kind of in their write-up, like refunds, 7 days you get a full refund on the product. But there's a hidden word in there. That's from the date you make your first purchase. Now, here's the secret about that. Here's the secret. If you tried out their product back last November, like I did, the free product or the basic product, they count that as the first time I purchased with them. Therefore, they're not going to give me back my $450 this time, although things did not work very well, and I think Brett will tell you that. So since I tried something back in November, I passed my 7 days. Now, I did turn it back within 1 day after I purchased it Sunday. I gave them 1 day. But, in their write-up, they got this kind of little phrase in there, from your first purchase. That's when it goes back to. And if you go more than 7 days past your first purchase, I don't care if it was 3 years ago, you don't get a refund. So I've lost $450. Now, I do still own it for a year. I still have it, and we can play with it or experiment with it. But Brett, and I'll tell you something. It looked pretty childish inside. Like the lower thirds. The lower thirds you can see here, the kind of the lower thirds that I put together here, are more like TV type lower thirds. Their lower third looks like a third grader built it, just a little block with a name in it. I mean, it looked pretty bad. I can't, with Restream, I can't resize pictures. If I wanted to make a picture a little smaller or move it, I can't do that. It had a lot of things. And it hiccuped and stuttered and froze a lot. And I think Brett and I both agreed yesterday it was no good. And I wanted my money back, but I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. It's just $450. So Brett, what did you think about it? Did it meet your expectations? If you can get a word out.
Well, I didn't. Can you hear me okay, Tom?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah. Well, it didn't really seem better than things that cost a lot less. We've been playing with TalkStream, with what used to be called Melon, and is now I think called TalkStream Studio, and that's less expensive and actually works better. Now, a lot of YouTube
All right,
and it seems
yeah,
their
you're
online
freezing.
studio isn't as good.
Yeah, now we tried and after we played with Restream yesterday, we brought the Melon app up, and it was solid. Man, it looked good, didn't it,
Hmm.
Brett? No
Yeah.
freezing.
Yes, that's right. It did.
So anyway, we spent a lot of time trying to correct this stuttering, freezing problem, and a lot of money. But it looks like it ain't gonna get fixed. And
Hmm.
what you're saying, and of course, Colin says it's just YouTube. I don't know if it's YouTube. You know, you may have the greatest download and upload speeds, but that doesn't mean the internet's working that great between you and wherever you're trying to get to. Um, and I think Brett can tell us more about that.
Yeah. Well, I work as an internet service provider, and I can tell you that internet speed, when they talk about speed, is kind of a lie because it's not speed that matters to your experience very much. Once you have enough bandwidth to do what you want to do, it doesn't really matter if you have more. What matters is the quality of the connection, which is harder to quantify because there's lots of different factors like jitter and latency, and just how many packets get dropped under what conditions, and how big the buffers are, and do they fill up and suddenly change the rate at which the packets go through. So there's a lot more to it than just how many streaming
Yeah, it's getting really bad on you.
apps.
Yeah. So anyway, just want everybody to know that we've really been working on this. We spent a lot of time this week, and we spent a lot of money to try to determine what will work best. And I think it's in the internet, and probably not gonna be able to do much about it.
Well, the way the internet was originally designed, it wasn't designed to be reliable. It was designed to be this ad hoc experimental research tool.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't, there everything was supposed to make the best effort to deliver the packets to do the job, but there were no guarantees. And now everyone relies on it so much and they expect guarantees. Well, it wasn't engineered that way from the very beginning. And so, yeah, there are a lot of disappointments sometimes.
Well, the lady that broke me the news from Restream, I got a little upset with her. I guess I talked kind of bad to her. I feel bad about that. I called her a two-faced potbelly baboon that couldn't catch a cold if the wind was blowing. Now, I don't know how she took that. But I don't think the credit card company, Glenn, is going to be able to do anything. I mean, they've got you over a barrel. It's in writing. It's in writing. Whoever heard of, you got 7 days to get a refund, but it's from the date that you bought your first product from us. Man, I mean that just don't seem right.
No, I would check with the credit card because that's an insane clause.
Yeah, but it is in writing basically, so I don't know. We'll probably just chalk it up to. I don't know what we'll chalk it up to. I guess.
I guess licenses, where you just, they hope you won't read it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's kind of.
Let's say I bought a shirt from buddy, and the pants.
I've never
today
seen it. I've never seen it this bad tonight. And there have been known to be, wide-scale internet issues during our shows from time to time. There is a website you can go to for internet issues. I'll have to try to check it out and see if anything big's going on tonight. But anyway, we're working on it. We're trying hard now. Okay, so I'll let you guys know basically what's going on with the freezing and with the with the Restream. You know, I thought Restream was going to really fix things. I thought, okay, hey, now I've got just a little bit of bandwidth I'm using, and everybody's going to go to big old Restream, and they're going to put it together. And but it didn't. It didn't work out. Really, it didn't work out at all. Okay, all right. So, guys, I don't know if you know or not, but we just went into our 11th year with the show. Our show started January 25th, and it's been 11 years now. So it's been a long time to try to keep a show going weekly for 11 years. Gee, you know, that's what? Hey, I'm going to round it off. 50 weeks to a year. We probably miss a couple, you know, during the year. 50 weeks to a year time 11 years. That would be, what, 550 shows we've recorded. And, well, I looked at some of the very first ones. Boy, the quality was really bad. The camera quality was bad. I don't remember the stuttering, though, but camera quality was bad, and the resolution was terrible, and, oh, man, it was bad. But, well, I think we've come a long ways with it. But that gets me thinking, you know, hey, at my age, I'm getting a little tired of having to plan and do a show every week, and I'm thinking, how much longer are we going to do this show? So it's in the back of my mind, whether we go another year or 2 years or 6 months, I don't know. My health is holding out really well, so that's not an issue. Although sometimes trying to get stuff together for a show becomes an issue. Or technical issues drives you crazy. That'll probably shorten your life right there. You know, if you have technical issues, that, in fact, see my hair right here? Just a few years ago, it was brown, but the technical issues made it turn kind of white. So anyway, I don't know how much longer the show's going to go. Boy, I've asked a lot of people if we are to continue it, and maybe somebody else take it over at some point. There hadn't been a lot of interest, and I've noticed that our attendance has dropped probably by 50% from what it was 3 or 4 years ago. And so I don't know, but we are now out on more. We're out on more social media platforms like X and Facebook, where people are actually seeing it on Facebook. Now, here's the next thing I want to talk about. Here's the next thing. Maybe a lot of people are watching it or finding it. For instance, if you subscribe on YouTube, you get a notification and you click on it and you go to YouTube. Well, when you do that, a lot of people don't really know about our IRC chat room. And it probably is a little unhandy, you know. And probably, if you really think about it, I just thought about this. If you really think about it, a lot of people might not even know what IRC is or even have a client to get on there. Now, I did embed a client to make it easy, but they have to go to w5kb.com to get to that client. So Brett and I, we've looked the last few days, we're looking at something that will combine all the chat rooms. Now, that's another reason I went with Restream is because they have this deal to combine chat rooms into one. But it only combines them where I see them combined here. You guys don't see them combined unless I'm putting that chat room up on the screen. Then you can see it on the screen. You can see people from Twitch and other places, but you wouldn't see it on your chat. If you're on YouTube, that's all you're going to see. So we've been looking for. So that's one of the reasons I bought the Restream. Another reason I bought the Restream was to allow a second person to log in as a co-producer and have all the controls like I have here, all the controls to move pictures and select different, camera shots and stuff. And Restream said that they have the co-producer, and at the price I paid, I think you got one co-producer in addition to you. Well, the way their co-producer works, you have to give the co-producer, the other guy, your login and password. And he logs in with your credentials, your login and password, your credentials. And I don't know how that works. I don't know if he keeps my same name or if he can put his name, but he logs in with my credentials. So I didn't particularly like that. So that was kind of a bummer, Anyway, and I will probably talk about Restream from here for a few weeks, believe me. But anyway, all right. Okay, so anyway, this vMix, I'm running vMix here. vMix will combine all the chat rooms, and it will put them together. Again, I see it here all combined. You won't see it combined unless I put it up on the video output, and then you'll see it. Of course, that takes space on the video. So it basically does the same thing. Now, Brett and I have looked into, and there's some platforms out there that possibly are free that combine chat rooms, and I know that it will combine them like vMix or Restream, where I see them combined. Now, I don't know for sure, and Brett thinks they will combine all the chat rooms where you can see them at your end. So we're going to have to research that and find out. And right now, I'm assigning Glenn and Brett that project right there. Yeah.
Okay.
To see what might work, and how it works, and see what we can do. Another thing I've been thinking about is, and like right now in our IRC chat room, I see 22 people, 22, and that's not a lot. So I'm thinking maybe we discontinue the IRC chat. Now, IRC chat is a different chat than YouTube and Twitch and X. Now, there seem to be some bots or some things where you can add I think it's experimental, where you can add a IRC chat room into somehow these other chat rooms. Again, that
yes, there is.
Glenn and Brett are going to research that and come back with a golden solution. So there, but the question is, do we even want to continue with the IRC chat room? Probably 50% of the people don't even know it's there. 50% of the people don't use it. That's 100, and then probably 10% more don't like it. That's 110%. So is it worth keeping? Because each of the social media platforms have their own chat room. Let's see. Yes, the Libera chat is the IRC chat room. Now, my thoughts are, I don't want, and see, the reason we always stuck with the IRC chat room, we had a lot of development go into Hambot. And you guys may not even know what Hambot is, or there were years in the development, and we kept adding additional things to Hambot, and it only works with IRC chat rooms. But since I'm not now streaming Hamfest and giving away all those prizes every Hamfest, we're really not using Hambot that much. So we can get around using the IRC now. Yeah. Let's say we decide.
Oh, by the way, By the way, Tom, there is another twist to this, which is instead Twitch bridge, where you can use an IRC client and get into the Twitch chat. If Hambot is capable of using that, then all we would need to do is bridge the Twitch chat to other chats, and people who wanted to keep
Yeah,
on
if
using it
yeah, if you can bridge them where other people can see it, that's my concern.
could come in.
I'm not sold on the fact that everybody's going to see everybody's chat. I'm just
Mhm.
I'm not sold on that. But
Mhm.
but I haven't looked into it, and you guys probably
Yeah.
have more information than I do. So I hope it can be
Mhm.
done.
Yeah.
So so the IRC chat room, if we decided not to use it, if we decided not to use it for the show, we could still keep it going, and it could still be a ham radio chat room that people around the world could use. You know, you get on there and you talk to your buddy in Brussels, and you say, okay, I'm trying to make this EME contact with you. I'm hearing something, or is that you transmitting? And you can talk back and forth, you know. You use it for ham radio or something like that. So I don't want to get rid of it, but okay. So let me see what's in the chat room here about not using the IRC chat room. Already I see one says I absolutely hated the period we were 100% YouTube chat. So John hated that. Let me see. I don't know how high I need to go up here. Let's see. Uh, yeah, okay. Glenn, with his hair. Glenn, let's see. Glenn, you have technical issues. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, Glenn has technical issues with his hair. That's. I knew there was something going on there. Yeah. That's the. Oh, okay. And after Glenn dropped some meds there, maybe his hair turned back brown. I don't know, or black. I was thinking about dyeing my hair black. What do you guys think, man? Would that make me look at maybe a year younger? Maybe get some liposuction right here. I kind of have some childs here. Maybe a little liposuction, take that out. Okay, so I don't know. So there's been a lot on my mind, guys. We've done a lot here in the last 48 hours. Believe me, we've done a lot of thinking and a lot of testing, and don't know. Don't know what we're gonna do. Let's see. Carl likes the IRC. Now, you guys know the IRC is like 1990 stuff or 1980 stuff, I guess. Jim says either is okay with him. More people are more familiar with YouTube chat. Yeah, well, yeah. Let's see. The access point on your website. The access point on your website is helpful to those that don't know much about IRC.
Oh yeah, he's referring to the embedded client, of course.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And if people will go there now, hey, I could. I think I could embed the YouTube. Well, I think I can. I think I could embed the YouTube chat into that W5KUB page. I could. I think I could embed it in here, but that doesn't fix the other things that we've been discussing. Okay. The IRC gives us a lot of capabilities. You guys don't really understand all the things that the IRC capability gives us from an admin perspective. In fact, that's what helped. If I'll mention this, 3 years ago, our show was swatted, where they called the SWAT team and they came and they raided our show and live one night. And our chat room, I was able to give a lot of statistics, IP addresses, and different things to the FBI, which broke the case that they had been looking for these people for several years. They told me there were 50-something law enforcement agencies that have been looking for these guys, and ours was the the needle in the straw that broke the camel's back. And I don't think we get that with YouTube. Basically, with YouTube, we can pause, or I guess we can kick. But that's about all we can do with YouTube. Anyway, that chat will work. So I guess we'll be thinking a lot about it over the next weeks and months. Yeah. Okay. All right. Any last comments about that subject? It's been pretty long. What? Anything, Glenn, Brett? You guys want to try to stutter in here?
Yes. Well, I don't know. I'd like to. I don't mind keeping IRC going, but on the other hand, there are a lot of people who really like to chat on the platform they're watching on. So I'd say, if we really can connect, see in the loop, that would be the ideal situation. You know, I mean, if you've ever seen what other people use to do giveaways, like if you ever watched Jason from Texas, Ham Radio 2.0, and what he has to go through in order to do because he doesn't have something like Hambot, what he has to go through to do a giveaway on YouTube, it's just a mess. Hambot is just a really slick system, and I think you should keep it.
Yeah, and we our developer guy we tried to make Hambot work with a non-IRC. He had it doing a little bit with YouTube, but it wasn't satisfactory.
Mm-hmm.
Well, again, if I combine it here and put it on the screen, it will take about, maybe 20% of the screen. You will see the combined chat room on the screen. You won't see it on your local chat, but you would see it on the screen here. That's worst case. And you can see what people are saying if you would read it on the broadcast screen. But maybe the solution that we've kind of run across might somehow tie these things together better, where
let's experiment.
Yeah, let's do
Let's
that.
have some fun. And it's an app that you could run on a separate screen. You could run on a separate little laptop or a tablet.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, okay. That's probably enough on that right now. I've said my mind. Let me just say it one more time. I think Restream sucks. They got a bad refund policy, and I'm going to say that on every show from now until I turn blue.
Until they give you a refund?
Until I turn blue, and that could be next week. I don't know. Man. Okay. All right. It really didn't bother me. The only way, I'm not worried about missing the money. I'm just worried that it looks like I can't say the word.
Yeah, deception
on the way they have their thing written. Who would think that you get a refund within 7 days, but it's from the day that you first did business with them 5 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Man, okay, all right. That's all that. Hey, I want to mention something here. This is not ham radio related, but are you guys aware of what's going on in Iran right now? Because the media in the U.S. and even in England, they're not carrying it very much. They may have a 5-second clip and say something. So I don't know if you know what's going on in Iran or not. It's been going on for 10 days. There's a channel on YouTube I watch. It's a news channel on YouTube. It's an independent guy that does news, and he is great. In fact, even Fox News said if you want updates on what's going on, tune in to this station on YouTube. And if you guys want to check him out, just on YouTube, it's called 2C TV. 2C TV. It's TOUSI.TV. and he has videos he has videos coming in from there of all the demonstrations and the Molotov cocktails and the shooting and the blowing up. And I mean, he's telling you, man, he's telling you exactly what's going on. And I've been following it just almost hourly for the last 10 days. Iran is fixing to fall. This is a very historic moment, I think, in history. The Ayatollah he's hiding right now, and it's said that he's already planning to go to Russia. He's going to Moscow to live, so he's leaving the country. Just a couple hours ago, the police have decided to lay down their arms. They're going over to the people's side. There are millions of people in the street. This thing, it's going to fall. It's going to fall. And let me tell you, this is the people that support terrorism. In Palestine and Lebanon, in Yemen, all that may go away. Who knows? Or it's going to get a lot better. Things are gonna be. There's going to be a lot of changes in the world, guys. So, it may not affect us ham radio wise, but it's going to definitely affect all of our lives, even this Venezuela thing. And I honestly think that Cuba is probably going to fall because Venezuela is the one that props up Cuba all the time, and they're not going to get the prop up anymore. So anyway, that's what's going on. If you want to check it out, 2C TV, TOUSI.TV, and it's just some great reporting. All right. So got rid of that off the check-off list. Let's see. I was going to open the phone lines. I worked on the phone lines all day today. I'm still having a little problem with the interface, so it drove me crazy. Talked about the chat room. Did I mention Restream? They suck. Did I mention that? Okay. I want to make sure I get that in. All right. Restream sucks. All right. Hey, I saw an article today in a magazine asking if do you guys know there's some DXpedition out there that has gone out, and I think they set up remote equipment and then they left. I think is what I didn't read much about it, but they set up remote equipment there and they're not there. So I saw an article today. Is this really ham radio? Remote operation of a DX location. In other words, you're talking to an island somewhere where there's no people. Is that real ham? I guess that's real ham radio. Your signal made it. Wow.
Are they
Well, what was that?
using?
I don't know what they're using to connect.
They're doing it.
Yeah. Glenn, I'll be able to put a CC copy on my letter to them and mark you as my attorney. They'll be contacting.
Mark says in the chat, I think they sit offshore and operate remotely.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, this article, I hadn't read
weird.
it all yet, but it was asking the question, is this really ham radio? Is it? All right. All right, very good. All right, well, we talked about that. Let's see.
There are a lot of people who don't think FT.
Yeah. Let me do this. Hey, guys, we'll be right back. Let's all go over to ICOM and check out the IC705. The IC705 is an HF 50, 144, and 440 megahertz multi-mode portable transceiver. It gives you base station performance and features in the palm of your hand. The IC705 is a perfect sidekick and QRP companion. Its compact rig weighs just over 2 pounds with RF direct sampling for most of the HF band and an IF sampling for frequencies above 25 megahertz. It includes a 4.3-inch touchscreen with live band scope waterfall, 5 watts with a BP272, and 10 watts with a 13.8 volt DC. Integrated GPS with antenna and GPS logger. supports QRPP operations. Heard it, worked it, logged it for the love of ham radio. For more information about ICOM's amateur radios and to locate a dealer, please visit icomamerica.com/amateur. Okay, you guys may notice that Glenn's picture is bigger than Brett's and almost as big as mine. I just didn't take time to resize it. So that's a little benefit for Glenn tonight. He's got a bigger picture. Okay. Let's see. It seems like I'm forgetting something. Did I say Restream sucks? Oh, yeah, I think I did. All right. Hey, let's talk about Meshtastic for a minute. I think we have a little correction from the last week or two to make here. And also, I think Brett's got some stuff here that he wants to talk about Meshtastic if we can hear him. Now, Glenn, I did a lot of research on this encryption and direct messaging, and here's what I found out right here. Got it in a lot of places. I asked, anyway, they said, yes, you should be able to direct message anyone on your node list without changing any encryption. In other words, they use the public, they use the default public encryption on the main channel and also on private messages. Now you can, as you were saying, you can change your private message to a special encrypted key where you have to share it with both people. But under normal default operation, your direct messaging is using the public key and you don't have to do anything. So maybe, I don't know. I still don't get people answering me. So anyway, I'm trying.
It automatically does a key exchange when you first direct message someone.
Yeah. All right. So what do you got there? You got you a Meshtastic and what is that? Is that a help?
I got a couple of different things in the mail today. It's a lot of fun. I could even do a little unboxing. One of the things is the Meshtastic. It's a little LoRa radio. So this is another Meshtastic board. If you open this up, you can see we've got the basic board here. If I flip it over, it's got the LCD screen.
Right.
Here and the antenna. I haven't turned this one on yet, but I'll program it and then I'll get it ready to go up. I have a 4-foot 900 megahertz.
Well, you did
big
real
one
good.
Downtown.
Hey, there's 2 antennas in that box right there. Did you see both antennas?
Yes, I did. There's a little one which kind of looks like a hamster.
One of them looks like it's shriveled up heat shrink or something.
Stick. A ham stick is what it is. If you take a look, the wire kind of wraps around it. Here, let me get it out. Here we go. Yeah, you see the way it spirals? I think if you open that up, that's probably a quarter wave. It's probably a quarter wave.
Yeah.
Right there.
Put the rubber ducky next to it. There you go.
Yep, and it's got a rubber. They've got a rubber ducky next to it.
Yeah.
And so there are 2 different antennas for the thing. What I'm going to do is just use the SMA adapter, and then go from this to an N connector, and from the N connector, of course, I can go right into a big N.
Yeah. Are you going to put the
antenna?
Are you going to put the unit out at the antenna outside?
Yep, I'm going to go ahead and put it in a waterproof box so that there's no loss, and connect it right up to the antenna. So there'll be only a power wire running down. I'll control it remotely.
Yeah, that's what that's what I did. I put mine in a waterproof box. I've got it up about 50 feet, 60 feet in the air. Clears the house and everything. And
there you go.
And I ran just some twisted pair down to a little USB charger. But mine does have a battery. Did in your kit there? Did a battery come with that?
A battery did not come with that. I figured that it's just 5 volts,
Yeah, yeah.
and go off.
Yeah.
I'm freezing.
Yeah, you are. You know what? I'm looking at my CPU, my vMix CPU.
Yeah.
I'm running 13%.
I don't know what's going on then. Can you hear
Yeah.
me now?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Again,
Anyway,
I think we're having major internet problems. To tell you the truth, I wouldn't lie to you. And Restream sucks.
and that is, I got the Elegoo uh, ESP32 development kit,
Oh,
and
okay.
they sell this kit on Amazon for $36, and it contains all sorts of cool prototyping stuff. I'm just going to open it up for the first time right now, so you can see the whole package as at the same time that I do.
Yeah.
And and you can see that it comes with an Elegoo Uno board, and here in the lid they show you everything that they're giving you, and it is just a wonderful assortment. This is like the old Radio Shack kits. It's got everything you need to do, to have some fun learning how to do development. And it has everything from a little stepper motor, a little servo motor, an ultrasonic sensor, a joystick module, all sorts of stuff that you can connect to this controller board. And so I'm going to have a lot of fun with this thing. It also has LEDs, a thermostat, and small somewhere in here. Let's see if I can find it. They give you a little breadboard.
Yeah.
See if I can pull that out. I actually have a bigger one, but the little one's going to come in handy also. And so here you have a breadboard on which you can assemble all the circuits. And they even give you jumpers for the breadboard. They give you a bundle.
Hey, have you ever taken a magnet near those jumpers? Have you got a magnet close by? I've got a bunch of those.
I haven't.
Mine are steel.
Let's see. I don't have a magnet right within arm's reach, but I can get one pretty quick. You're thinking that maybe these jumpers aren't copper? You think they're steel?
Well,
they might be.
Mine are steel. My magnet picks them up.
Oh, okay.
You may
but
have some
I'm
good
gonna have
ones.
a lot of fun with this. They give you an LCD,
Whoa.
and they even give you, this is really fun, a little remote control.
That is cool.
so that you can use some of the infrared software libraries, so you can use this remote control in your software.
Yeah. That is cool. That's a pretty nice kit there. Now, did that kit have a did I see a enclosure?
And that may be the one thing that isn't included. I don't see any enclosure in the box. I think it's just, I think you have to build the enclosure for for whatever you make yourself.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if you put it in a weatherproof box, you can just use some silicone or something and just stick that board in the box.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I'm just looking down here. There's another solderless breadboard. Dig a little various things. Power. Yeah, down here at the very bottom, it's wrapped up. You can see that they gave me a bigger solderless breadboard to build the circuits on. And that could be even more fun. So anyway, I'm expecting to have a lot of fun with this kit. I just opened it now for the first time. They have a little quick start guide, so I'll need to find out exactly what I'm going to do to what I'm going to build first, where I'm going to compile my software. But it looks like there's quite.
Yeah. Look right here.
With,
I've
with,
got. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, this is my little
ah,
3D printed box.
yes.
You can probably the plans for that's out there. If you know somebody with a 3D printer, probably can print that box. Now I put this whole thing in another box and pull it up in a tree out there about 60 feet. Um, but I'm using this one down in the house now. I can actually access by Bluetooth. I can actually connect to the one up in the tree, or I can connect with this one. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to reach the one in the tree with Bluetooth.
Oh, do you have to stand outside in order
No, I don't. But I've got a lot of
to?
windows. I got a lot of windows between me and the tree out there. Let's see if you can see the display is pretty small in here.
Oh yes. These have tiny displays, but if you know how to use the buttons, you can get it to show what nodes it's picked up lately.
Well, or you can use your phone.
And what I find with the Bluetooth on the phone is that if you walk away and the app and so you can get back to it. And lately, I've been connecting to more nodes, even as the north end. I'm up here in Wyoming, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm seeing nodes. Maybe the furthest one's been like 250 miles. I'm seeing them over near Glen. That's about 200 miles from me. Glen is. I'm seeing them just south of you, Glen, down around Maumelle and in that area. Between Little Rock and Conway. And I'm seeing them over at Cookeville, Nashville, Cookeville, that way.
Yep.
What are they good for? Somebody asked what are they good for in the chat room, and like my son told me, I got him a couple of these. He said he was told they were good for tracking cattle. If you put one on every cow, you could track your cattle, and you would know where the cattle are.
If you had GPS on each one.
Well, let me think. Yeah, cause see, mine don't have GPS. It uses the phone's GPS.
Mm-hmm.
So let me think about that. Yeah, I guess you would. I guess you would.
Well, there are other brands like Rack which
Yeah.
have a GPS module built in, and then it will tell you exactly where it is. I can communicate with a few that are sending GPS coordinates out, and so I can see where they are.
Uh-huh.
There are ones that are built specifically to be trackers.
Yeah, Carl in the chat room, K5CWR, posted a link. He said they have a number of boxes that you can print for these.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got two of them online. I've got one, like Glenn, I've got one here in the house online and one up in the tree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Mark said my
And,
audio
you
was
put-
Mark said my audio was kind of low. Maybe I just wasn't talking good into this, but anyway, testing 1 2. Restream sucks. Testing 1 2 3. That's probably okay right there.
Yeah, I'm hearing you okay.
By the way, Restream has an office in Austin, Texas. They have their offices in Austin, Texas, and I think they manufacture in Ukraine, in Kiev, Ukraine, is where their other place is. So I don't know. Maybe I'll find somebody down in Texas that can go to their office and personally tell them what I think about them. Maybe. Okay. I can probably turn my mic. Yeah, let's see. Turn my mic up a little bit. And I probably just wasn't talking very good into it. I don't know. All right, let's see. What else is on my list for tonight? Hey, we had Meshtastic. Look at here. Meshtastic. I was going to talk about... I want to try to get Bill Brown on here with us because he's working with, the... what do you call these things that the Weather Service launches? Sonar, what is it? Anybody know? Somethings?
Yes, they're called radio zones.
Radio zone. A lot of people are tracking them now and recovering them. And Bill has got some program or something. I think he can reuse them in ham radio. And anyway, so there's an article that I was going to pull up tonight and talk about, and also have Bill here talking about chasing weather balloons with the radio zones on them. All you need is a software-defined radio, maybe a little laptop, and you can build up a little Yagi. And there's also a website that tracks them, just like we track our Pico balloons. So you can see if one's in your area and if it's over you or north of you, and you can take your software-defined radio and laptop and little antenna you build, and you can go out there and you can find these things, and you can reuse them. That's why I was wanting to get Bill on here. Maybe in a week or two, I'll get the phone system working and we'll get Bill on. But that might be interesting.
Yep. Are you allowed to keep them? Do you have to return them?
I think you are. The weather. What is it? Weather department, weather group, weather. What are they? The department?
Well, are you talking about NOAA?
The weather office, weather office, whatever they're called. They will reuse them if they're not damaged or
Well,
say that again.
Yeah, Glenn was trying to say something there. Didn't really come through. But there's a National Weather Service, which is NWS, and then there's NOAA, NOAA.
Yeah. Well, they will reuse them. I don't think it's mandatory that they're returned. A lot of them probably never get found. I don't know. All right. What else we want to talk about? Hey, wait. Hoxie Hamfest next month. I've been wanting a Hamfest, a very small one.
Hoxie, Arkansas.
That may be pretty small. I don't think Hoxie's that far. Carl, where's Hoxie? Where's Hoxie for me? I mean, I know a lot of the Arkansas cities. I was born and raised over here, but I know of Hoxie, but I don't remember where Hoxie is. I'm thinking up in the north central or something. Near Jonesboro. Okay. Man, I might just... They say they don't have many people come to it. I got a bunch of junk I could take up there, but I just don't feel like carrying it to a table.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to be bringing a whole bunch of stuff to the one in the Front Range in January, 2 weeks. On the 17th, there is a big swap meet and hamfest in between Loveland and Fort Collins, Colorado, right along I-80. And it's at a sort of a fairground called the Ranch, and they have a big exhibit hall, good food. They have pretty good door prizes, and I'm going to get a big table and have some, layout suppression of a couple of other things too, and we'll see what we can sell.
All right. I got some big stuff I'd like to take. I've got like some military signal generators that, go up into UHF, 400, 500 megs. They probably cost thousands of dollars to make them, and the problem is they weigh about 60 or 70 pounds. But it'd be a good, if you need a signal generator, it would be a very good one,
Oh yeah. Nowadays you need the. Let's see. Carl in the chat has put up a video which shows stuff from
Hoxie.
The last.
Okay, I'll take a look at it. I think I'm gonna sell my
It
flashlight.
looks like it's.
I think I'm gonna sell my flashlight at the Ham
Yeah.
Fest. I bought it at Huntsville this year. I don't know if you saw it or not. I guess you saw it probably, Brett. Here it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wonder if I should sell it by
LED
weight
flash.
or what do you think, man? You think I can get $25 for it? It weighs,
Maybe.
It weighs 25 pounds.
How big a battery does that thing take?
It uses one of those 7 amp hour, that 12-volt battery. Like goes in burglar alarms and stuff.
Oh, it uses a sealed lead acid cell.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's also got a plug or a jack on the side where you could plug it into a bigger battery, like a car battery or something like that.
Yeah. It looks like you could use it to start your car.
Well, I was thinking, and I haven't done it yet. It may be a show project. I'm thinking about getting me some type decal type material and make a Batman, Batman thing, and put that on here, and then I could shine it up in the clouds with the Batman symbol. What do you think?
You could do a bat signal. That could be cool.
Yeah, well, we could do a bat signal. Hey, that may make it worth a lot more money if you can do a bat signal. Man, yeah, I might put on there Restream sucks. I don't know. Yeah, hey Glenn, you probably got some stepper motors over there. We could put a little stepper motor on this thing, and like you said, here, build a lighthouse. Maybe, well, I was going to say put it on an antenna rotor, AR-22. All right, what else is going on, guys? I did most of the talking tonight because you guys are stuttering so much. I've never seen it so bad, maybe one other time when there was some major network issues, but it's been really bad tonight.
Well, I don't know if there's anything I can do at my end.
It seems like it's actually affecting Glenn more than you. I don't know. Glenn, have you got fiber there? Coming to your house, fiber?
Yeah.
I don't know what he's got. I wish I could get fiber here, but
It looks like he's writing something. I don't have fiber. I have microwave. I am using wireless for all of this. It goes for miles using various kinds of wireless and eventually connects to a fiber hub in Cheyenne, Wyoming.
All right. Well, I'm thinking I've got I think I've got a 5G. I've got one of those, it's a router, Wi-Fi, I can put the SIM card in it, and it's got 4 big antennas on it, and it's got Ethernet connections on it. You know what I'm talking about? What would it be called?
Oh, yes. Well, it looks like you have a 5G hotspot.
Yeah. I'm thinking, boy, I could pull that up in the tree about 50 feet out here outside the shack and run the Ethernet down I can do power over Ethernet and power it up there. We're kind of down in a hole here where the house is, but I'm wondering if how that 5G might compare with this cable that I have here. You know,
Mm.
I don't know.
Moon
I don't.
gigabits of data, but you're
I
sharing it with everybody.
I won't get near the speed with the 5G up there, but it might be more stable. I don't know.
Well,
I
that's
need
the
to
thing.
I need to get I need to get Mark P to come down here and bring the Star. What is it? Starlink. Yeah, Starlink.
About internet that people don't
Yes.
understand, and the ISP which I run pays for this because people don't understand it. And we're being too honest. We focus on the reliability of the connection and the steadiness of connection, not the raw bandwidth you could claim that you get. Instead of
Yeah.
claiming that you'll get a gigabit, we'll give you a guaranteed capacity, which is much lower. But
Yeah.
it will be rock solid and steady all the time. You'll always get at least that amount, and it won't buffer, and it won't back up, and it won't drop packets. And that turns out to be more important. But the customer who's comparing services will just look at that one big number, the biggest number that they see on the screen, and say, "Oh, that's the only thing that matters." And
Yeah.
so our honesty hurts us because we're telling the truth about our connection, and we're trying to tell the truth about what matters.
Yeah. Well, you're an internet provider. You're a WISP internet provider there. Why don't you shoot something over here to my house?
Hmm. I wish the FCC would let me do that. But I'm
Yeah.
operating under Part 15, not Part 97, and I can't reach that far with their power limits.
Oh boy.
But I can do Meshtastic with given the maybe 25 dB that are coming out of this little Meshtastic card here. I can put a 9 dB antenna on it and remain within the limits, and so I can put that antenna up and have a repeater that covers the entire corner of the state.
Okay. Hey, special announcement. We have an announcement here. We have an announcement. Mark P just looked at Down Detector. I guess that's a website that reports all internet outages. Mark P is reporting here YouTube is on Down Detector as having problems tonight. I wonder, I can go back later and I can watch this on Facebook. If you guys want to see the show, you can see it at W5KUB. Go back to Facebook and watch it. I'm gonna go back and see if it stutters and hangs up. Well, it might not. It just depends on where the problem is, right? The feed to Facebook could be stuttering. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But it'd be interesting. It may be a different path totally. And of course, Facebook probably uses the same internet as YouTube. So I don't know. I just know that Restream sucks. That's all I know. All right, what else we got going tonight, guys?
Let's see, what else have I got?
If you guys, anybody out there is listening tonight, you've been listening to Amateur Radio Roundtable, a show about ham radio and shortwave. And you can also find us, our video on YouTube, or find us at w5kub.com. Go ahead, Brett.
Well, I just got in a bunch of these. These are fun to play with. This is a Ubiquity radio. It's built to go inside a parabolic dish, and you can aim this backward at your typical TV dish, or you can insert it into a parabolic dish that's where it's facing the other way, and this is like Wi-Fi on steroids. This particular one works on 2.4 gigahertz, and it will go for miles and miles and miles.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to have some fun putting these up for people to make links for them between buildings at like opposite ends of a 40-acre ranch.
That'd be good.
And it ought to reach all the way, and it ought to work pretty well, even though it's limited by the FCC regulations about how much power you can put out.
Yeah.
And they've got a web interface to program them. It's not hard to do that, and it's once you set it up, it's pretty much trouble free. So this is a good way of, if you've got a lot of land and you need to extend your internet, like the people that I'm going to be doing this for. This is one way to span the distance between one end of the property. So this just came in. I haven't had a chance to configure it yet, but and as you can see, it's not perfect. This is actually a used one I got on eBay. But they don't degrade. If it works at all, it probably works 100%. So I'm going to be able to build the link with this.
All right. Let's see. I want to show something here. Maybe. All I gotta do is find it. Here we go. Let's see. Don't know if you can see this or not.
vmix.
Looks like Glenn Brett has dropped. Source has dropped 55,000 times, and Glenn has dropped 97,000 times. Whatever that means. Source dropped. And Glenn, looks like Glenn's down on 480 by... Glenn, are you down on 480 by 270, maybe?
Yeah. Well, if I logged off... And
this is audio on the right here. I don't know. It'd be hard. Hard to tell what all this means. There's some at the top here that are dropping. I don't know. Don't know. Okay. I'm gonna look at this drop. What's this website? Drop something that Mark P went to.
Oh, you're talking...
Yeah, what was that website? What was it?
It is downdetector.com he was talking about.
Down detector. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it'll tell you if people are reporting that a website's down.
Downdetector.com.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see what they have to say here. Let's see. All I have to do is find out where the feed is. There it is, right there. Okay. What service? I'll just say internet. What? Well, I'm not even sure what to look for. Oh, let me put YouTube in here, see if it says anything about YouTube. Yeah. Hmm.
Okay, I just turned down my resolution. Let me see if I stutter a little less.
Well, that sounded good, but there have been cases where you did sound fine.
Yep.
Most problems reported have been video streaming.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Page is not responding. Here.
But I turned my resolution down to 800 lines.
Well, let's just see how you look there. All right.
Hopefully I'll look a little better. Well, if I move my hand
Looks
back
good.
and forth, it doesn't seem
Looks good right now. Well, you froze.
to, yeah.
Yeah. I think somebody's having a bad night, to tell you the truth, man. Mm. Maybe we need to find a different means to webcast our show instead of using the internet. What? I don't know.
Well,
Maybe
so
a
far
satellite. Maybe satellite. Just
Yeah, well, somehow, so far, Melon was the one that was breaking up the least.
Melon did good last night. We tested it. It
Mm-hmm.
didn't. It didn't. I didn't see any breakups at all.
Mm-hmm.
But the real stream sucked last night.
Oh, it did.
I may have broke up. I don't know if anybody heard that, but what I said was real stream sucks.
Yeah. Well, that's Restream. Okay.
But guess what? We may have a software package that we can use for the next year.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, when you buy that package, can you still use it to merge the chats? Maybe we can still merge the chats with it.
Well, I can do that with vMix.
Mm. And have them all see each other?
Well, you can't do that with Restream.
Yes, you can.
No.
Restream can do that.
Okay, you're going to have to find me somebody to confirm that. You're telling me if a person is logged in on the YouTube chat, if a person is logged in on the YouTube chat, he's going to see somebody type from Twitch?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Well, I see it happen when, for example, with on certain YouTubers, even ham radio YouTubers like Josh Nass. So I think it's possible. I see a cat.
All right. All right, Glenn, you got to. We got 8 minutes left. You got to fill out the next 8 minutes because you didn't talk much.
And how can I when I stutter so bad?
I take that back, Glenn. You're not going to be able to do it, man. You're not going to be able to do it. This is the worst I've ever seen it, man. All right. Well, I guess we can just shut the show down.
Yeah. Well,
we'll see everybody next week.
I don't have any more.
Okay, you guys do your research now.
Maybe I'll have something built with this with this Uno kit. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. It has it has so many doodads. I just have to decide which ones I want to try to activate first. And what's that I see in Glenn's feed? Looks like just broken headphones.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is. Yep.
That would be an interesting repair project. Mm-hmm.
Heil headset.
Yep. Well, must be. I don't know how you fix the plastic, but I'm sure there's a way.
Well, I think they sent him new parts to put on. All right, guys. Good night to everybody. The main takeaway from tonight, we talked about a lot of things, but you guys know what the main takeaway is, don't you? Hey, everybody in the chat room, this is a test. If you know what the main takeaway from the show tonight, type it in the chat room. It's only 2 words. 2 words to get it. Good night to everybody out there. Thanks for listening on WBCQ, or thanks for tuning in to YouTube and watching us. And we will see you next week. Maybe things will work better next week, because they sure didn't work well at all this week. It was almost unusable. Yep. 73. Good night to everybody. And have a great
7-3. Stay safe.
Have a great time. And let's see. This may go through. I don't know. Let's see.
Central on W5KUB.com.
Now, why did he not start at the beginning? I guess he's not queued up right. Let's see.
He's busy invading Venezuela.
Yeah. Let's see if he can play.
Hello, Tom. Just wanted to let you know that I'm studying for my tech test. I watch Amateur Radio Roundtable every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Central on W5KUB.com. You guys have a great show. Keep up the good work.
Hey, Tom. I just wanted to let you know that when we get our mission to Mars going, I want to schedule you and your show to be the first to communicate with us in space. By the way, I never miss an episode of Amateur Radio Roundtable on Tuesdays nights on W5KUB.com.
We're going to have to teach him how to say Tuesday. He gets it wrong every time right there. Okay.
A question. The cat is connected to the computer.
Let's start over.
You just type in the question. It will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
All right. Good night, everybody. See you next week.